Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods. How are you guys doing today? I hope this finds everybody okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the cam just because I don't have the other cam hooked up and I know the picture is really, really yucky. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera while I talk and wait for some folks to pop up here. So I hope that the new year found everybody with their feet firmly planted on the ground. Hey, big brother. Uh, and I really, really hope that everybody is doing well now. I got to tell you, I feel a lot better today. A lot of discordant energy that we've been kind of trying to navigate. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Robert. Um, I forgot. Well, Jeff's actually out right now, so I didn't get to send the link to you guys. I'm sorry. But if you want to pop up, if you're just popping up to say hi to everybody in chat, just say hi to everybody while you're in chat. Because I want to stay on topic today. Hi, Crystal. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, blessed. How are you doing?
I am doing much better. Thank you for asking. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, I sure can.
Wonderful.
So how was y'all's holidays?
They were wonderful. And how was yours?
Wonderful as same.
Even my big brother.
What's up?
What's
What's
up?
What's up? Coming you live to the Redwoods.
Hey, Raina. Hey, beautiful.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Robert.
Hi. Coming to you from the Redwoods.
I wish I was in the woods. That would be awesome.
Yes, the woods are quite a spectacular thing to have all
Kinda
that
rainy.
life around you.
Kind of shitty,
What's that?
but it's heaven.
And you'd also have the animals to talk to.
Yep.
I like
Yep.
talking to the animals.
I love them.
It's peaceful. There's so much peace in the woods. Just to get lost up in there and just sit and listen and,
You like do that, don't you? Go wandering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. We call it wandering.
I like
Right
to
on the
start
edge.
with
Yeah, right there.
the animals, and then I kind of like translate it.
That's my
That's
girl.
And I know what,
beautiful,
so
Robert.
therefore I know what it means.
Yes, ma'am, it sure does.
She is a specially gifted child, I believe.
If you guys want to, you can study the noises of animals, and then you can maybe start speaking animal.
Very in tune with the woods and
Yes, she
nature.
is. Yes, she is. So I was having a hard time coming up with something to talk about today, and then I came across something that just keeps over and over the last week and a half or so, keeps clicking in my head. And it's that I am statement. And I thought, we got to talk about that, right? I don't think a lot of people understand it.
I don't. Not much. A little bit.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a biblical reference.
Give me a lowdown.
And then all right, so here's your big biblical reference is that when I want to say it was Moses, but it could have been, hey, Bill, it could have been like Isaiah or any of the prophets, but one of them was up on a mountain and God told him that the true name of God is I am that I am. Look it up. No, don't look it up. Well, you can go look it up. I don't know what verse it is. I couldn't tell you what book it's in. I don't remember anymore. But the statement itself was, if you really think about that, and you know that you got that God part of you, right? That divine creator inside of you. I am that I am. So me, you, Crystal, everybody out there, big sister coming in. Hey, Anna.
Hi.
I'm
I
in
am.
there.
A little bit of internet problems here, so we'll see how long
Oh,
I can
yeah.
stay up. We got weather.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do. We're going to be getting it too. We've already had high winds all morning. Trees are cracking and coming down.
Mm.
I had that shit 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Two
I
days
think you're in
ago.
the clear for a little bit.
Sun's kind of coming. Kinda.
I can really
Well-
make y'all jealous. It's 64 here.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me jealous. I love where I live. I honestly do. I get jealous about the snow a little bit because snow is important when you live in 4 seasons. It's vital. Hey, there's Deplorable. Haven't seen you in a while, hon.
Hello,
Hope you're-
chat. Hi, Crystal, Robert, and my
Hi,
friend
Anna.
Anna.
Deplorable?
Yeah, Deplorable Chicken Hens in chat.
Hi, Chicken Hen.
Deplorable.
Hi, Bellstar.
Hey, Raina.
Hi, Anna.
Everybody's here this morning. Come on in.
Hi, pretty girly. Everybody's all cheerful today. What a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, I was really crabby and yucky last night, and then I woke up. My headache was gone. My back doesn't feel like it's being twisted in 15 different directions.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was in some severe pain the last a while, and it just felt like somebody was doing spinal adjustments on me that I did not request.
Oh, and not in the
Hello,
right way.
everyone in the chat. Hi, Deplorable.
We've missed y'all too. I guess we should get all that stuff out of the way, huh? Sorry, we've been off and on, and it's been a rough little month for us, but we're back. I don't know if we are going to change some stuff for this new year, but I don't know what it's going to be. Jeff's got some stuff in his head that he wants to change, so we will be doing that. I don't know when we're going to start implementing it because I'm more of a, off the cuff kind of person myself. So, but all that being said, I'm happy to be back with y'all.
I think
Yeah.
the energy straightened out.
I think so too. I think there was a big relax.
It was like I don't know.
I feel like my feet are firmly on the ground again.
It was like a
Firmly
vacation.
between worlds
you know?
again. Yeah, it felt like that crevice that we've been straddling for a while, like the between the two worlds feeling,
Yeah.
right? It's like there for a minute. It was like the crevice was widening so much it was just screwing with my balance in the worst kind of way.
I'm just going to ask if you guys can hear me.
Yep.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, because my screen is froze, but as long as I know you can still hear me and I can hear you.
You're
I'll
good.
just-
Yeah, that happens to us too, hon.
You're good.
Okay.
My screen freezes all the time. Oh, but so I wanted to talk about this today just because I think it's really, really important that we talk about that I am factor so people can start realizing that everything you need is inside you. It doesn't come from an outside force to rescue you.
Amen.
You don't have to be the damsel. We're all the hero. All of us, each and every one of us have a hero inside of us. And the most important person to save is yourself. And I don't mean that in a selfish, egotistical type of manner. So don't misinterpret my words. What I mean is you will not do anyone else any true good unless you have done first some good for yourself and taking care of yourself. Because, a lot of stuff's been running through my head about leaders and followers and the things that we're going through and how everybody's splitting off and there's so much division and there's this, that, and the other. And I thought, if everybody realized that they were their own savior, how much more beautiful of a world would we live in?
And like they say, God is within. And I didn't say that.
Hey, your body is your temple.
Exactly.
Your soul is
See?
your temple.
Yeah. And so what you're taking care of is that higher self, that piece of yourself that the creator has extended so that you might have a life, so that when you rejoin the creator gets to experience this 3D existence through your experiences, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, guess what I heard? Guess what I listened to last night?
What's that? Or
The
who's
Ultra
that?
Hasis.
Oh yeah,
I listened to it all.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
It's a lot of repeat, but it's weird. It's deep.
Oh yeah, a lot
It's
of it
deep.
is.
Wow.
I was watching something this morning on America being settled
Unreal, man.
well before any of the history we're being taught.
Oh
And
yeah.
I know I'd asked you guys last night, but Crystal wasn't there, so I'll ask Crystal. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be like a flip of a switch and everybody remembers everything that we used to know, like the entire species? Or do you think it's going to be some people are going to remember and some people won't?
I think some people will remember and some people won't, because it depends on what you have in your spirit.
Okay, so if some people don't, do they get left behind as the earth ascends? Or do they just stay in a different existence? Do we just simply cease to exist in their world? How does this work? I want to get other opinions and I want to get other viewpoints, because right now I'm still assembling information.
I'm a little bit confused on the question.
Okay. I'll put it to you in a way,
Yeah.
like, I'll put it to you in a biblical reference so you understand kind of what I'm talking about. Is that us as a species, all of humanity, okay, across the world, there are many, many things that have happened on this plane of existence that have been hidden from us intentionally to keep us stupid, to keep us dumbed down, and to keep us easily controlled. Okay, we all know this. We have all seen it in play over the last 2 years or more. Some of us have seen it for longer. Does there come a point, like a rapture type of point, where people who choose the light, choose love, choose not to be controlled by any other man or woman, any other human being, right? Are those people simply going to cease to exist in the world of the people who decided not to choose that?
Well, the Bible says, there shall not be no gods but me. And I believe that right now, that God's trying to open everybody's eyes, and he's bringing a revival upon this earth to try to wake people up and let people know I'm still here. I can still do miracles.
Oh, he's inside each and every one of us. So
Exactly.
So
But,
that's the thing that needs to be remembered.
yeah.
I mean, most importantly, we are divine beings, and I'm not saying that from a place of ego. I'm not saying that from a place of narcissism. I'm saying that as a fact, right? It's
Yeah.
simply a fact that God is us. We are. I am, and so are you, and so are you, and so are you. So that statement, "I am," means I am. I am. So are you. So I am the creator of my own existence. I am the creator of what comes next.
In your world, you know?
Exactly. See, you do get it, Robert. You get it.
Yeah. I mean, Robert is right. It's it's everybody. It's everybody's individual. You know, because how I feel might not be how you feel. How you feel
And
might
that's
not be how I feel.
exactly. But can the little God shards in each one of us all agree that we would love to live in a beautiful, nonviolent world that doesn't surround itself with ego on a three-dimensional plane, stuck in a fiat system of control by a bunch of people who would rather manipulate us and knock us down and call us a number rather than anything else? Because we are all just numbers in their big database. That's all we are. We're not even names. We're numbers. That's the security number you get when you're born. That's your number.
Mhm. You get sold every day.
Exactly, Don. Exactly. Hey, B-Dog, good to see you. Good to see you, Don and Yvonne.
All we are is peasants and money to them.
Okay, so when do we get enough people to stand up and say, you know what? You don't control me anymore. You don't own me. You don't dictate my life. I don't work to make you rich. I'm not paying you anything because I don't even want to be part of that system because that's your system. When do we reach that plateau? That's the one I'm looking forward to. Because wealth doesn't necessarily mean their fiat currency system. Wealth doesn't mean material things. Because you can have a wealth of knowledge. You can have a wealth of love. You can have wealth of anything.
Yes, you can.
So, does it have to be things? I think it doesn't. I think we have to surpass the things and the systems, right? We have to surpass the systems in order to be able to rise above that. Because you're not truly sovereign if you're saying my government still controls my life and I'm mad at them because they didn't put in who I asked them to put in. That's still giving them control over you. You see?
Yep. There's only one person that has control over me, and that's my Father in heaven.
No, it's you.
No, it's you.
You.
God's inside of you.
Right.
Oh,
Don't
I
look at you.
Creator is inside of you. You
Because you
have
are.
the response. Right.
I am
You get
and
the-
you are. That's the message that the book's trying to say, but nobody gets the message of the holy book.
Right. Well, and that's part of it is because there's been so much information taken out of it, and there's been so much information that has been intentionally mistranslated in order to use it as a control mechanism. Now, do I think there are still spiritually enlightening things in that book? I absolutely do. But I
Mhm.
also see that there are
Badger
spiritually
man.
enlightened things in other books.
Badger's in the house.
Hey, Badger brother.
Come on up, crazy. Come on up, crazy.
Well, one of the
Yeah,
things
Monty's
that
here. Good to see you,
I'd
Monty.
like. Go ahead.
Come on up.
No,
Chuck.
I'm sorry. You go right ahead, Anna. I'm sorry, honey.
One of the things that I guess just sitting back and observing the way people are, it depends on your area of experience in life as to, and your surrounding, your environment and everything, as to what you understand and comprehend as your role in life and where you fit into what we call society. We've all been kind of set in a place and determined place by.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Hi.
It's me. It's Ernest T.
Ernest. What's no? I ain't seen Ernest in decades, bro.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, y'all. Everywhere I go, I try to throw rocks. Ain't nobody going to get away with stuff easily. I caused a ruckus in the dollar store yesterday, and I was enlightening people about everything that they should stand up for themselves for.
Yeah, that's what I do, man.
Exactly.
That's funny. That's
Well,
me
when are
too.
they going to come to fix us? I said, you got to fix yourself.
Yep.
Well, this is the problem: is we've been taught for so long and for so many generations to look outside of ourselves that we completely ignore all the people that supposedly, and I'm using air quotes here, new age, when really it's the truest way is to go inside, not look outside. Only you can save you.
Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Deplorable. Hey, everybody else.
Hey,
I
Chuck.
think I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, Crystal, God, if you follow the word of God to a T, God does not control you. You're a free-minded person. You're set out to do your own things, and you will be judged by your action.
By
Exactly.
your actions.
Individuality.
Yep.
What you take in and what you choose
Hey, Chuck.
to believe, what you choose, how you
Vaping,
choose to behave in life.
cool. I
Those
need to
are
get
the
back
and
on
the
it.
influences.
Nope. You hear me coughing anymore?
He gives us free will.
No,
Yeah, you're right, Anna.
in about a month, you need to throw that thing away.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
New Year's Eve, I got stoned first time in a long time. I broke up.
Good. Na-na-na-na-na-na.
Don't drink. I should just say, okay, only time I'm going to smoke when it does something for the head, and then not do that much.
Got freaking cars. Got a lot of traffic today.
But my doctor told me quitting smoking cigarettes is like 10 times harder than if you're strung out on heroin.
No, I was pretty easy for me. I was
How
only
much? How much were you smoking?
Well, packing half a day at least.
About like me then.
Yeah. I was kind of crabby for a couple of days, but I'm over it.
I used a vape and quit for 8 months. Somebody picked my vape up and I thought they broke it. And all it was how it's got the little notches where you can adjust. This one had the mechanical notches and they had it just somehow ended up in between. I thought it was broke, got mad, went and got me a pack of cigarettes, and here I am.
Yeah, well. So I met Corlin and she was smoking. Hey, Monty.
Good to see you. How you been?
He's muted.
Oh, you're muted
yeah.
if you're talking.
Hello.
I didn't do it.
Hey, Monty.
I come across that link that I just put in private chat and I didn't know if Robert and y'all had seen that. I just come across it a few hours ago, actually.
I'm waiting for it to load. Loading. And what is it? What is it?
One of the
Oh,
last,
Titus death?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the last things of Zachariah Sitchin's things that he done before he passed.
Oh, right on. I'll make sure
Yeah.
Robert gets one of it too.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, I fell asleep watching that video last night that they were talking about. I forget where we were at. Where were we at last night? And they had a video going around in private. I think D-Dog or D-Dog put it out. Monty, you were there, I think, weren't you?
Monty's froze.
No, I'm trying to think.
Oh.
I've been
You're
on.
like a
So
statue.
I've been on. I was on quite a few chats yesterday, last night.
The Operation Radiation. I'll pop it in here for y'all to watch. It's messed up. I fell asleep because it's dry, but it's real.
I saw it.
You saw it already?
Yeah, I fell asleep to it.
What happened?
I just never shared it with anybody. I just figured people will come across their own shit when they're ready.
You want me to drop it out there in chat, Heather?
What is this?
It's a Rumble video about everything going on.
Radiation, like I was telling you guys about the exposure and stuff like that, that's causing people to be sick, that they're calling something else.
Has anybody
Yeah.
heard from Pappy?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw him last night.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Yeah, I
ahead
saw
and
him. Saw him in the chat.
the second link that
Once
I'm
or twice
posting
yesterday.
in chat is the one that Monty was just talking about. So you guys have it too if you want to check it out. I think Zachariah Sitchin was probably closer to the truth than a lot of folks. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut anybody off.
No, you're all right.
Now, I found myself feeling disconnected. So I had to actually disconnect for a little while in order to make other connections within myself that were vital.
I hid out for a month, and then Monty's the one that got a hold of me, is asking me about something going on, and I'm like, "Hell, dude, I ain't been on none of it in a month."
No.
Well, I really don't pay attention to a whole lot of the fear mongering and all that's going on out there. A lot of stuff's been brought to my attention. And of course, the way my mind works, when I got told about the Russian megaton rocket that's going to fall somewhere, I said, what aren't we supposed to be looking at? Because a couple months ago,
Exactly.
it was a Chinese rocket that was going to fall somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's like, look at this over here. Don't pay attention to this.
Exactly. So when you guys hear anything about some kind of a fear thing that's going on, that's being put out there to the public, look deeper. Look in the other direction and find out what they're hiding from you. Because that's not what you want to be looking at. You want to be looking at what they don't want you to look at.
Well, look at what's important to you, you know? Look at what's important to you. If it's important to you, go ahead. But if it's not, it is a good idea to keep things in your mind as to whether it's a distraction or not. You know, put your focus where you need to be.
Ain't they calling
I
that
agree, Ann.
a red flag moment? You know, red flag.
Yeah,
I have a
and,
feeling that all of these are going to start amping up again. That's just a feeling I have. But don't get wrapped up
Happy.
in the fear of it. All right. Because fear brings your vibration very, very low. And that's
Hey,
not where
Pappy.
you want to be. Pappy's in?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm frozen. I'm frozen again. Hi, Pappy.
He's in
I'll
chat.
be right back.
Happy.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Drop that chat link if
Yeah, I
you can.
found somebody yesterday. I say you can't forgive others if you haven't forgiven yourself. You can't love others if you don't love yourself.
Amen.
You can't respect unless you respect yourself.
Yep.
I can say, starting the end of last month till now, and I know it's not been that many days, God has blessed me. And then yesterday I found out that my cousin got the you know what. And she had both jabs. And I asked her, remember when I was telling you about that? I said, and I wasn't being mean. I was just trying to, get her to think about it. I said, you said those 2 shots were going to keep you from getting it, right? She said, yeah. I said, think about it now. What did it do? It didn't keep you from getting it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're so humble about it. We were a fool when they did it. We don't know nothing, and now they do it. There you go. Oh, but. I know a lot of people that's got 1, 2, and 3 of them, and they've stuff that they've outgrown. They thought like tonsillitis and ear infections and all that stuff you have when you're young. A lot of them getting them now. Now they're getting all that. And they're like, I wonder why. I said, because you wiped the slate clean. You killed your immune system.
Well, she's got that where she don't have no immune system. It has something to do with her immune system. She has a lot of things wrong with her. And like I told her, I'm not trying to put it in your face or smear it in. I said, I just want you to think about it. Now think about some of the other things that I have told you that was going on.
That video I put out there's got a lot about Fauci in it too.
All right, you guys aren't going to muck me up with trigger words, right?
Oh, sorry about that.
No, I didn't. I used code words.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip this entire conversation around right back to the spiritual side, because that's what I'd prefer to talk about rather than the political stuff, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead. It's your channel. I was just saying that while you were off.
Yeah. What was it? Where were we?
We were talking about the I am.
I got severe traffic today here.
I is what I is.
Yep.
Well,
I am. Who said that?
I mean, it's
Cat
so
in the Hat.
important for what's that?
Who said that? Cat in the Hat. I am what I am.
I am.
Popeye.
I am what I am.
Oh, you see
Popeye?
it littered throughout children's movies and cartoons. You see it throughout literature, and it's like they've got this big secret and they're shove it in your face and they're not going to tell you how to use it. Right? It's kind of that. Well, we put the truth out there. It's not our fault you didn't see it.
The card I pulled today really goes with this. Really, really spot on. I can't believe it. Again. Wow.
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, Popeye said, I am's who I am's, and that's all I can be.
Yep.
But therein is the key to your existence.
Exactly. So simply said.
How many people
I
in here?
am that I am. What's that?
How many people in here let it bother them? Say, "Oh, he's a piece of shit," or "He's a bitch," or "He's an asshole." Does that bother anybody?
See, that's where you're living from ego. When I figured that out after I got triggered a couple times, I was like, why is this affecting me? Why am I allowing this to affect me? And I had to go deep.
It's not my business what anybody's opinion is. You can't let anybody touch your id. There's only room in your head for you.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, Robert, would you like to share your card with us that you drew?
It's a snake card came back and to see us again. It's appropriate. It's perfect. It's right on timing. Snake is for transmutation. Snake, come crawling. There's fire in your eyes. Bite me, excite me. I'll learn to realize. The poison transmuted brings eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again. Snake medicine people are very rare. Their initiation involves experiencing and living through multiple snake bites, which allows them to transmute all poisons, be they mental, physical, and spiritual, or emotional. The power of snake medicine is the power of creation, for it embodies sexuality, psychic energy, alchemy, reproduction, and ascension, or immortality. The transmutation of life, the transmutation of the life, death, rebirth cycle is exemplified by the shedding of the snake's skin. It is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything, willing and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation, and those things which might be experienced as poison can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has the proper state of mind. Thoth the Atlantean, who later returned as Hermes, was the father of alchemy, used by the symbology of the two snakes intertwining around a sword to represent healing. Complete understanding and acceptance of the male and female within. Each organism creates a melding of the two into one, thereby producing divine energy. This medicine teaches you on a personal level that you are a universal being. Through accepting all aspects of your life, you can bring about the transmutation of the fire medicine. This fire energy, when functioning on a material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. On the emotional plane, it becomes ambition, creation, resolution, and dreams. On the mental plane, it becomes intellect, power, charisma, and leadership. When the snake energy reaches the spiritual plane, it becomes wisdom, understanding, wholeness, and a connection to the Great Spirit. If you have chosen this symbol, there is a need within you to transmute some thought, action, or desire so that the wholeness may be achieved. This is heavy magic. But remember, magic is no more than a change in consciousness. Become the magician or the enchantress. Transmute the energy and accept the power of the fire. If you've drawn the symbol in reverse, you may have chosen to mask your ability to change. Look at the idea that you may fear changing your present state of affairs because this may entail a short passage into discomfort. Does this discomfort keep you from assuming the viewpoint of the magician within? Is the old pattern safe, reliable, or a rut? In order to glide beyond that place which has become safe but non-productive, become snake. Release the outer skin of your present identity. Move through the dreamlike illusion that has insisted on static continuity and find a new rhythm as your body glides across the sands of consciousness, like a river winding its way towards the great waters of the sea. Immerse yourself in that water and know that the single droplet which you represent is being accepted by the whole. Feel snake's rhythm and you will dance freely, incorporating those transmuting forces of the universe as a part of your sensual dance of power. So it says, there you are. You are. I am the magician, and you are the enchantress.
Ha. See that? We are the creators of our destinies. Each and every one of us individually and all of us collectively.
Yep, the whole. The fire energy, when functioning on a material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. That's the physical material world.
Yeah, I did a little
Yep.
looking in your name, Robert.
Huh?
I think
I did
Anna
a little looking in your name about the badger and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was a badger's the protector of the South. It's Alahuin Quintana.
Yep. Let me see here. Badger.
That's the Zuni stuff, though. But
Yep, badger. When a badger's threatened, look out. I wouldn't be like to be around or cornered.
Or just around.
Yeah, sometimes just to be around her. Where is he?
Robert, when you were talking about the snake shedding,
Yes.
made me think about we need to shed every day of the negativity and anything like that that comes around.
Yes.
But it's also bobcat. I'm looking in there now too. Bobcat, same as a badger. Badgers are strong of heart, but not of will. So will make younger brother the bear. Your coat is ruddy and marked equally with black and white, the colors of the land in summer, which is red and stands between the day and night. Your hope.
The badger is vicious and attacks with powerful aggression. Badger is quick to anger and quicker to pounce. The power of badger's medicine is aggressiveness and a willingness to fight for what it wants. The very thought of facing badger makes other animals run for cover. Like skunk, badger's reputation precedes it. Its hissing fangs will tear less aggressive opponents to shreds. Badger is the medicine of many powerful medicine women. For badger, it's also the keeper of the medicine roots. Badger sees all the roots of Mother Earth's healing, herbs hanging in their burrow home. These roots are key to aggressive healing. Roots can ground negative energy into earth by allowing the illness to pass through the body into the ground as neutral energy. Badger medicine people are quick to act in a crisis and they do not panic. Badger's part of your medicine are quick to express your feelings and you do not care what the consequences are. Badger people oftentimes insist on carrying the ball for the touchdown. This attitude, however, does not endow them to their teammates. Badger medicine may also point to the aggressive healer who will have the courage to use unconventional means to exact a cure. Like the mother.
All that made me think about my dad's brother, my Uncle Billy. My dad and my uncle, my grandfather was half Indian. Great grandmother was whole Indian. But my Uncle Billy, he had a bad issue with alcohol. He said something about that he was accosted when he was young and several times other between, and he had bad nightmares because of it. And he always had ginseng, golden seal, different herbs hanging off strings all over his house. And that just makes me wonder if the alcohol was the way he coped with things, but if he wasn't some kind of menacing person himself.
That sounds like you. I don't, some people say it's ego, but some badger medicine, you know what I mean? Right? We just read it. There's badger medicine and there's ego.
Yeah. And what do I show everybody? Which, granted, it's not natural, but the stuff's made from natural. All the different stuff I keep showing everybody, like that quercetin and stuff way back.
Yeah.
I know it's all natural. The only reason I take it.
See, and I don't see where badger medicine is that close to ego, honestly, because when you use a medicine, any medicine, right? That's you being in control of your destiny. That's you taking control of your ego, you taking control of your emotions, and you basically creating the outcome you want, right?
Yep.
That's consciousness. That right there is I am. That's you being your God self. That's what you're supposed to do, right? And when you let your emotions run you or your rational thought talk you out of truths that probably exist, but you don't want to see them because it hasn't been, and I'm using air quotes here, scientifically proven, because science has changed a whole bunch since its inception. I promise you that. It also is a system of control now. The way it's being used now is a system of control.
Yeah, overthinking, second guessing, whatever is wrong. Usually your first instinct could be your first thought.
Yeah, your higher self will guide you if you allow it to. And that's the thing. That's where we need to start saying, I am in control of what I do, what I create, how I think, what I feel, how I act or react to any situation, and start taking control of ourselves. Because in taking control, we also take responsibility. And the reason I bring that up is because I think it's really important that we understand that once we can take control of ourselves and our reality, we take control, we take responsibility. Once we take responsibility, we get to a place of self forgiveness. And therein is your key. Once you have gotten to the point of forgiving yourself for anything imagined or real, because we know we do it, each and every one of us to ourselves, right? From our own perspective, we are each the center of our own universe, right? Everything we see, do, experience, all comes from us, from where we are standing, not from the guy on the other side of the fire, but from us. Okay. So when we take control and we take responsibility, we have more power than we could possibly imagine. And that was our gift from the Creator. The Creator gifted a piece of Himself to each and every one of us. So it's not about what we've been taught. We've been taught control over others. We've been taught comparison. We've been taught all these things that make you look outside so that you don't look inside and really, truly take control.
I just wanted to come up here and drop that link, share that link with y'all. It's good seeing everybody.
Well, thanks for coming up and joining us.
Don't be a stranger now.
I
Bye,
know, brother.
Monty. Have a good day.
I gotta
See you later, Monty.
I gotta get ready to do a show with Craig.
Take care, guys. You guys.
Love
Have a
y'all.
great
Much
one.
love.
All right.
I love you too.
Much.
Send Craig some love.
I will.
Right on.
Tell him Raina says hi.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mess with Craig all the time anymore. I call him Axel de Hunter. He always wears that red wig. He looks like Axl Rose with glasses.
Damn. Chuck
Gone,
look like you look like you're going to all cleaned up and shit this morning. Look at Chuck, he's all slick and shit. He's ready to go out.
I just brushed my hair a little bit ago. I took a shower at about 4 o'clock this morning.
You're in Texas? Where you at? Texas?
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, Watts, right on the east state line, right there by Shreveport, about 60 miles south of Texarkana.
I brought up Texas this morning. You know that Sundrop soda down there?
Yeah,
I love that shit, dude.
yeah, that's big in Tennessee too. They got used to have one called Kick and had a picture of a mule on the front. It was almost like Sundrop.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody grab that troll and report them, please. Yeah, you know what got me on to thinking about this stuff today was healing, right? You always hear that heal yourself. And it's like every healer I've ever known has ended up with some type of very
think
serious.
I think I got him. I don't know.
If
I
you got a wrench, report that one. And
I reported him. I don't know if somebody kicked him. I can't find him now unless reporting removes it.
all right, all right. I think we
Oh,
nailed it.
Anna's down there. Anna
Hey,
probably
Mutt.
got
Awesome. Yes, I saw the bot. Thank you.
somebody got him.
Did Jeff take everybody's wrenches away?
He's reported it.
He
Vito
went
got
through and he was trying to weed out wrenches that of people that no longer come in and things like that, and just trying to get things up to date and all that. Still there. I blocked them from the back room, so if somebody got him reported, that's good enough, because that
Yeah,
means they won't.
I reported him for pornography. I guess that's what it was.
Yeah,
It says over here that he's been blocked.
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
I'm not on my computer. Chuck, my sweetheart bought me a computer for Christmas and my birthday.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You on it now, or are you using your phone still?
Yeah, I'm outside. Once it warms up, I can bring a computer outside. It's so moist here, dude. It's like everything's wet. Oh, you know what? I think
And where are you at? Like
North.
Montana,
Way North California.
North California.
Yeah, way north.
Yeah, you're up there close to all them damn crazy people.
No, that's cool up here.
I'm talking about across the border. All
Oh,
them.
but yeah, I know Oregon. Yeah.
Had a friend of mine, his ex-wife lives in Washington, I think Spokane or something, and he moved up there for a while. And he goes, "These people live in a different world up here." He goes, "I think the cold weather done stretch their brains or something."
It rains. Yeah, it's just the same here. It rains and rains and rains and rains.
If it ain't raining, it's snowing and icy, huh?
No snow here at all.
Got a lot of redwoods where you're at.
A lot of what? Rain?
Redwood.
Oh yeah,
Surrounded by
yeah. They're in our yard right here.
My buddy I grew up was kind of like a brother. It was my dad's best friend's son. His uncle left him a claim and a bunch of maps and stuff where he used to go somewhere up in North California. And he'd go up there once a year for a couple of weeks. And he'd always have enough to take care of all of his bills, help his family out. And at the end of the year, before he'd go prospecting again, he'd go gambling. So he's figuring he had a good stake somewhere, and he wanted me to go with him. And he said, "We'll go up there and see what we can do and split what we get." Now I'm too old for all that, probably.
I'm not into gambling. My idea is
He was gold panning.
I'd rather go somewhere and buy something than do something like that, because if I don't know I'm going to walk out with money, I don't want to spend money unless
He
I
was-
can come up.
Crystal, he was a gold prospector, and he'd always make sure he helped people and paid his own stuff. And then right before he'd go back to go get money again, he'd go pan for gold, and he had all kind of auto sluices and different stuff. I guess he had like a quarter an acre with a little cabin with all of his stuff on it. But he'd go up there until he didn't feel safe with what he had there anymore, and he'd leave.
Oh, well, I wasn't talking about your friend. I was just talking about me.
I like gambling. I know I was meaning for. I thought you meant he was a gambler making money. No,
No. I just, I'm the type of person I want, if I got to do, I want something to show. I don't want to walk out of there empty.
We moved out here almost 9 years ago. Maybe it's 9. Be 9 years. I started playing video poker at the poker machines here in Louisiana before we moved here. And I won like $48,000 in a month and a half, $500 to $1,000 a lick playing video poker, and I paid all of our stuff on our credit, paid everything all off, was able to save money, get everything ready to set, put a down payment, and bought this place with gambling for a month and a half.
Yeah.
You're
But-
very lucky.
But I get feelings about stuff. I have premonitions, I guess the best thing is Heather probably know what it is. I visually see a certain machine in a certain place, and I have to figure out where it is and go there and figure out which machine by wandering around. And it's kind of like flashes I get, and if I get on that machine, and I'll hit. I don't know what you call that.
We all need to come get you and play that machine behind you.
My wife, well, since we've been out here a few times, you ever get that feel and let me know? And I'm like, well, I got one running, and she'll just hand me money. And I've hit a few times since we've been out here, but I try not to think about it because there's too much to lose. Because $100 loss is a big thing, even though I could win 1,000 easy. And I won't go gamble unless I got $200 or $300.
Well, I'm happy with what I got. I got a roof over my head. I got food in my refrigerator. I got clothes on my back. And I'm able to pay my bills. So,
Yeah, I don't want for enough to where I'm risk.
yeah, I'm basic, you know.
Hey, Heather,
Sorry, I had to fix the fire. Go ahead.
I was just wondering what Chuck thinks about. Hey, what do you think about trying some different times, Chuck?
The what?
Having a show at different times. What do you think of that?
Show what at different times?
Have Heather come on. Heather and Jeff come on a little later.
Yeah,
You think that'd be cool?
yeah. I don't think it'd bother anybody. Let everybody know. I can't go by what my YouTube sends me because it always sends me who's on going to have a show after it's done. So I just happened to somehow come on here and see it listed under the YouTube stuff and jumped on here.
Boy, I was having a heck of a time. I was watching chat rooms, but the ones I go on, but I couldn't even comment on there. I couldn't even push the thumbs up on there. It kept on trying to tell me to sign in, and I forgot my password, and I kept on putting the same password in, and it wouldn't let me. Then it wouldn't let me pull up anything on my YouTube because I use my phone if I'm on the computer to see what else is going to be on. But today it straightened out, so thank you, Jesus. I don't know what happened, but
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, bud.
hey, everyone that's come in chat, I haven't said hello to. I love y'all.
Hey, Natron. Good to see you.
Hello, everybody.
I heard you say something, Chuck, about maybe Heather. No, but I missed what we were talking about because I was doing the fire.
I tell them about when I moved out here, I used to get weird, like premonition, like things of certain machines and showing them hitting a jackpot and all that at a video poker. And I ended up, before we moved out here, won like $48,000 in a month and a half playing video poker, $500 to $1,000 of jackpot. And I
See,
paid
you
all
were
our,
being guided. You were being guided.
yep.
You were open enough to be guided to what you needed to do. See?
And I paid all of our stuff off and had money to put down on it. And my wife's like, "You're doing so good." She goes, "Why don't you see if you can get enough to where just pay it off?" And I'm like, "No, because I get a really bad feeling about that. That's telling me I'm being greedy. I ought not do that."
Yeah. And see, the fact that you listened got you where you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see something cool. Somebody asked if I want to see something cool. I always
Yeah, he
want to
said
do something cool.
should set up their shows so convenient to them and be able to do it routinely. Those interested will find your time slot after a while.
Yeah, you're right. 2 o'clock was working out wonderful there for a long time, and we were doing it so we wouldn't interfere with anyone else's shows and all that good stuff. But as it happens, things change, and they always do. Every
Yeah,
moment of the day, nothing
I'm
stays
seeing a
static.
lot of them now. Their shows are getting bigger. They don't give a shit whose toes they step on. So
Yeah, and ours has gotten smaller, but I don't care. I'm not in it for the business aspects or the money. I'm here to help. We were drawn to do this to help people, and that was the whole reason we got started with it.
and if it turned into something that gave you $20,000 a month, it'd be a blessing. You wouldn't count on it though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes, that would be fantastic, but that's not what it's about. And I'm
Nope.
not going to intentionally try to turn it into a business because that's not how I feel about it. And if I were to
Nothing,
do that, I would stop doing it altogether. 'Cause
nothing good
that's
ever comes
just
out
how
of greed.
strong I
Kind
feel
of
about that.
nothing good comes out of greed. Kind of like that money for us getting straightened out. It was being blessed and given to me at a point, and then when she's like, "Well, go ahead and just where you can pay all of it off," and I'm like, "No, I'm getting a really bad feeling about that."
Yeah, when it tells you to stop, that's a stop. All right. Well, I put the comment. I put the link in there for you, Nathan. Yeah, that quiet, still voice inside you. You should let that thing yell every once in a while and start listening, because I'm gonna tell you that's your I am, that's your God part, that's your creator inside, and that's what's going to take you the way you need to go. My husband has an innate ability, no matter what the situation, to know if he has to leave before something happens or goes wrong or turns south or any of that.
I
He
had
is,
that when I was a youngster party, and I'd always know to leave before the shit started.
and see, that's the part. That's why I'm not able to do anything right now. Hold on, guys. I'm going to refresh. I will be right back again.
I kind of think me and Jeff would have hung out, been in the same cliques. We'd have never got in no trouble because one of us had known something was coming.
My friend today come over and brought me some tea. She also gave me, and I didn't know they make this, and I'm not a drinker at all, but it was chocolate with alcohol in it. Just small amount, but like I've never heard of chocolate having alcohol in it. Hey,
We used to
Pappy.
take chocolate covered cherries and put Bacardi 151 in them. That or rum balls.
Hello, hello, hello.
I was just asking about you to Heather and them when you popped in. It's like, has anybody heard from Pappy?
Hola, Tejano.
Oh, I've been listening, but I've been having some connection issues, and I'm not so sure that this one's going to hang on long either. But we'll give her a shot. We're still on this side of the ground, so I'm pretty happy.
Hi, Pappy.
Amen. Every day above ground is a blessing.
Yepper. It's a good subject here today,
Yeah. Good subject.
There's a lot of people out there that are running around all kinds of confused and in a big state of disconnection and everything else, and a lot of that's been done on purpose to us because they don't want us connecting to what we really are and being able to make our own decisions and stuff. We've become so conditioned to listening to our teachers and listening to our preachers and listening to our politicians and listening to our so-called experts and things of that nature that we just take for granted as what's coming out of their mouth is being shown by the talking heads on TV as fact, when in fact the facts are not factual at all. What is factual is that they're pulling the wool over your eyes. They're hiding behind different layers of the onion that the stink is hiding from us. A lot of people are starting to realize right now that that's been the case. And they're starting to say, you know what? The I am inside of me now, that's why it was so unsettled and why I've been so uncomfortable with some of this stuff. But you have to look at the other side, and the other side is that there's people that are fully immersed in that lifestyle of that disillusion, and that reality is so much a part of their lives that that's where they're going to be. If they do wake up, it'll be on their own time and in their own means. There's probably nothing you and I can do to coax them out of that. Okay, that's a very individual thing for that to happen. That don't mean we have to stop trying. It just means that we shouldn't go beating our head against that wall, you know.
Right.
Yes.
If you see somebody peeking over it, by all means, you know, have a discourse with them. Don't try to break the walls down of the castles they build around themselves, because you're just going to hurt yourself.
Well, Pappy, I got it now to where I'll just say, God, let your will be done. I try not to worry about everything else that's, you know, going around. You know, people, things that are going around and stuff like that. Just to keep my mind where it needs to be. Peace, love, and happiness.
If we pull ourselves,
surround myself with them kind of people.
If we pull ourselves into alignment with the highest good, and you make the attempt to pull yourself in alignment to the will of Creator, okay, then you can let go of the other stuff and just go with the flow, okay, and listen to the I am that's inside of you talking to you, and you won't hear as much of that chitter chatter that's going on the outside. But, you know, another thing, too, in order to get there, sometimes you just have to reach over and see that knob that says on and off and turn it off so that you can hear that voice. You know, we're all distracted. You know, we jump into chats on other different platforms, or we watch TV, or we watch this movie, or we listen to that song, or we watch that sporting event. There's always a message there, you know. You don't hear that message if you turn it off for a while.
Sometimes he wants.
Well, I wanted to say hello to Natron and Pappy, and welcome you guys.
Love you guys.
Hey, Natron.
Hey, did you guys say you wanted to see something cool?
Yeah, but what you showed looked cold.
Well, I just showed you. I'm sitting here with 4 feet of snow, trying to look over the bank.
Are you in California still?
Ready for search and rescue. So good to hear all of your voices. You don't know what difference you made in my life. Every day, Pappy, I owe you, all of you, a personal thank you. I was listening and taking it to heart. It feels good. All is good on the home front here in Oregon. Amen.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Can I get an amen?
Awesome.
Amen.
Thank you.
Aho.
Wait, well, how far?
All right, excuse me.
How far from?
Set and smoke. Yeah, I already showed you. Go back and look at the video, brothers. Sorry to be so rude and interrupt. I know I'm out of order a little bit, but look at the sign. Go back and look at the video, see where I'm at. I think you'd already about pinpointed me, but now you know. Have fun with the puzzle.
Hey, how far from Brookings
Snake
are you?
medicine, I think I heard. Yeah, it's fun. How far? Fucking 300 million miles. From what, brother Robert? Brother, is that you?
I live close to Brookings.
Come back.
You hear me?
Yeah, we're close. Yes, sir, I hear you. There you go, another clue. All right, have fun. I'm just playing this game of life. Try to have fun with it, right? Okay, I'll be quiet. Thank you. I'd love hearing all my friends' voices. Ain't it nice?
It is wonderful. to
Yeah,
hear.
thanks. Send it in humor. Thank you.
Right on, bro.
Plugging away. Wonderful. Progressing nicely.
Good.
Wonderful, wonderful news.
See that guy over there with the stripe down the stairs? It's a joke. When old grandpa used to wipe his nose, he'd say, hey, you see that guy over there with the stripe down his pants?
Yeah, so they got
one.
That guy standing over there,
I'll figure it out. Just give me time. Late ass blur. Look at that. All right. Well, I'm overheating. I've been shoveling snow for 4 days, and we're about to really have a mess. We are so locked in tight. This is reminds me of when I was a kid.
Go sled.
So much snow.
Yeah, go.
It's dangerous. It's all we can do to rescue people right now. As far as I'm used to it, I grew up with it, locked in the snow.
Wow.
Cool. It's all good. Not a people disturber. I just like to give people a heads up and like to give them a little good medicine to sit and think on, right? Happy. Come back.
Don't forget to take care of yourself while you're out there rescuing others.
That's a process, I know.
Well, right there is a pretty doggone good
Sure.
lesson for everybody that had ears that could hear.
Been out there.
You know, the life that we live is not designed to be a miserable
lose ya.
existence. Everything around us
Okay.
is such a wonder. Everything
find
around
you.
us is such a miracle. Everything around us
I'm going to cut out of
is
here and listen to you
food
guys.
for your soul.
Got it ready.
And if you see that instead of seeing the other
Jerk it
stuff,
up.
then your life can be something
Cows
really
are in the
enjoyable,
corner, starving
even
to
in the
death,
toughest
so
of times.
somebody's
Wow.
got to make the jerky, right? Everything lives. Okay. Trying out for a minute. Love to hear what you have to say. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day.
You as well, Nathan. It was great to
We'll
see
see
you
you, buddy.
again.
Wow.
I think he was having some connection issues too. I think
What do
we
you
all
call
are experiencing a little bit of that.
Oh, you had lag like crazy too.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello, hello. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I see Afnar in there. How are you?
Hello, everyone in chat.
Hey, Afnar.
So
Yeah, I just got back before our weather hits us.
You got
yeah,
some
we're gonna be getting some, yeah, we got some nasty stuff coming.
It's a 50-50 chance on the snow.
And then
But
it's
we're
gonna
getting the cold, that's for sure.
and then it's gonna hit Pappy's area, which they're calling for snow for you, actually, I think.
Yeah.
for me?
I don't think no for Pappy. I think he's not gonna escape it this time with his lovely seaside.
Well, we're getting rain
But
right now
maybe.
today.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a nasty bit of weather coming through. But you know, we all know how to handle nasty weather, right? A little bit of common sense and some caution. Just know how your vessel works and how it doesn't work, and take care of that. it's your temple. You got to take care of it.
Yep. And sometimes that's not pleasant. I'll tell you what, that last shot that I got taught me that. Whoo-hoo.
Oh boy. Well, I think, Pappy, you hit on a key thing earlier when you said about, you know, the helping other people, but you know, you can't let that be you still got to keep moving forward, right? I mean, each of us with our personal journeys has to continue on the road and not be held in place for whoever may come along and possibly stumble. You know, if we're sitting around waiting for that, we're not growing. We're not getting anywhere. That was, I think, maybe part of what I've been experiencing lately. You know, with it being
more so
Self-out,
over the last few
right?
months. You know, certainly the last few weeks, it's accelerated for a lot of people. And then you'll get to a spot where it's like you step into a vacuum. You're not really sure, you know, which direction you're supposed to go. I call that kind of the resting phase. You know, when things come together where they need to be, then it appears that a doorway will open and you can proceed again from there. You know, as we make that walk on that web of life out there, you know, our paths are going to cross other people's paths, and their paths will cross ours from time to time and stuff like that, you know. And it isn't so much that we need to go out there and make those connections. We need to go out there with the understanding that the connections are going to be there in their time and in their place, depending upon where we're at in our journey. You know,
Yeah.
it's only when we come together with somebody else at those points in time, or that conjecture in time, or that convergence, or whatever you want to call it, that we can have that impact on each other's lives collectively. Otherwise, it's very much of an individualized journey, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's been a long time. That's why I appreciate everybody to talk about this stuff with. For many years, I was the only one I knew. Couldn't talk to nobody.
Short, y'all. I got to run and get cigarettes. If y'all are still on when I get back,
all right.
All right.
I just lit
You have a
Vicky's
blessed
last
day.
cigarette.
If not,
You guys too. Love y'all. Bye.
I think I heard you say
Have a good day, Chuck.
Have a
Good
good
seeing
day,
you, brother.
Love you.
Bye.
I want smoke all the way cigarettes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
good.
yeah, this journey we're on is it's just as perplexing for us as it has been for all of our ancestors before us, and just as perplexing as it will be for all of our descendants after us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if someplace along the line somebody come up with all the answers and put it in a book, you know, I don't know as I'd have much faith in it, because that was then, this is now,
exactly.
and tomorrow's going to
change.
be what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right.
If
Exactly.
you think you got all the answers, then I think your head's probably a little bigger than it should be.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The wonders of evolution. How deep it can get.
Well, no matter what it is, we have to learn to live with it. And we have to not only learn to live with it, we have to learn to take it and utilize it and thrive within it. That's the whole key. We pursue the thriving.
Yeah. which means that you have to change with the change. You have
Yep.
to adapt and grow.
You have to be open for possibilities and flexible enough to jump on them when you see them.
I was gonna say, you want me to give you some money? Well, that-
It's really amazing if you think about it. All the connections are already there. We're all already connected. We all have a thread that connects us infinitesimally to the universe, right? So in turn, we are all connected because we are all part of Creator. And just because I may not know you out there yet doesn't mean I won't know you. It means the time and the season, or the reason and the season, have not been met yet. Very intriguing.
Yep.
Because, we come across those people like kindred spirits. And in the first moments of meeting them, that they are a kindred spirit. You know that feeling?
Oh, yeah.
Where your soul recognizes that other soul, that I see you.
The I see you, the namaste. The spirit in me recognizes the spirit in you,
Mhm.
Hey, me takuye oyasin.
Yes.
All is all, and we are. And we are all I am. I am is all of us.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Maybe that's the true gift. Maybe that's the true gift that we get, is the realization that it's all connected, right? There's no disconnect. There's no disconnect.
Well, did you read Anna's last comment that she just put?
It just came up.
Wow.
You get frustrated because you're waiting for others to catch up. Everybody does things in their own speed. And, we make friendships, we make relationships, we make attachments, things of this nature. And we feel the urge, or we feel the pull, or we feel the real need that we need to move on and to make progress for us. It's a drive within us. It's a drive to
Yeah.
thrive. And we sometimes have to disconnect from those that aren't ready to do that. But lots of times, once we get over the initial loss of that attachment, because whenever we build these attachments, there's an exchange of energy there. So whenever there's a disconnect, there's also that breaking of energy bonds, if you will.
Yeah.
So when we move forward, sometimes what we don't know is the connections yet still to be made that take the place of that which has been given away. And that's tough. We want people to experience the ecstasy, the joy, the awakening, the enlightenment, the higher vibrations, and all of these things that we're feeling. Okay, we really want that for them, because we feel inside that it's been for our highest good. It must be for their highest good as well. But that's not always necessarily the case. They may not be ready for that. They may not even be able to see it or realize it or experience it the way that we are. That doesn't
I
make
think you're
them any
right.
less. Yeah, it doesn't make them any lesser than us or us any greater than them. It just
Right.
means, that they're on a same different pathway with its own timeline.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, it's very important to realize that a lot of us have had a great either trauma or event or thing that has, or a space of time where we have sat solely with ourselves without concern or for another, but within ourselves, and actually done a lot of our own personal work in those times, right? Where we were disconnected in some sense from this reality. So I think a lot of it, when you come across people that see things, you tend to know whether they've spent time with themselves, whether they've done their self work in order to grow beyond that yet, right? And it's not to say that everybody won't do that, because I do believe everyone will. But I think you're right as well that everything has its own timing. And just because they're not there yet doesn't mean they won't pass that landmark later.
Well, the thing to elaborate a little bit on what you've just said is that when we see people like that, okay, it's very difficult for us if we're at a different level or whatever, to not stand in judgment of them in some form, whether it's to feel sorry but that they haven't caught up, or to feel sorry that they can't see it, or that they can't grasp it, or whatever. Okay. And I've come to realize that is in fact a judgment that I'm making, and I have no place to even make a judgment on somebody like that, you know. So if I realize that, my feelings of, oh, I'm sorry that you don't see what I see and stuff like that, I've made a judgment. Okay. And so I try to get away from that, because people have to be who they are, not who I wish they were. Okay.
Right.
So in that aspect, I've turned it around to say, okay, they're making their decisions on whatever, and I can't let that hold me back from not swinging back once in a while after I've made my trips and stuff, just to let them know that, yep, you can still survive out there when you go off on this pathway that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So maybe by what they see, they in turn can take the little step that they need or whatever. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
You bring up a very interesting point, and I've been getting a lot of things coming my way that actually deal with that very point.
Me too.
And yeah,
Weird.
Where you trying to look at your emotions or your emotional reactions objectionably, right? From an outside point of view, like you are viewing yourself. I don't know if you guys can understand the concept I'm talking about. I know Pappy understands. I'm pretty sure you got this, Robert. But when you can view objectionally instead of, and you can disassociate from those, I think you can break that pattern of judgment, like you were talking about, Pat.
Yeah.
But I think because that's all tied in with that ego. So if you are able to view your emotions, the good ones and the bad ones, the high ones and the low ones, the light ones and the dark ones, from an objectionable standpoint, where you're not wrapped up in the feeling of them, then you're breaking away even further from that ego self. And I think that is maybe one of the keys. I don't know if it is for everybody, but for me, it seems to resonate really deeply.
Well, go ahead, Robert.
It's Pappy. Here's my vision. Okay, here's what I'm going through. But I catch myself. I think it's because of your teachings, man. I really do, honestly. And me going within and how do you say that? Inner subconsciously studying what you say. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
here's where my situation is right now. I know two families from where that city area I moved up, moved out of. There's two households. There's two families, and you count that. That's let me see. That's like a dozen jabs and pokes in one house, a dozen jabs and pokes in another house. They all have it right now. And I keep hearing, well, now they've caught it. Now these kids caught it. Or now their kids have it. And I Corlin was telling me this, and I said, I told you people 2 years ago, I shouldn't have said that, but I did. You know what I mean? It wasn't like ego. It was out of frustration. I tried to explain this to you guys 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Them jabs ain't going to work. You can't instantly make a vaccine. If you believe that, then something is wrong with your head. Look at the medicine. We kind of have a little medical background. It takes years to make a vaccine, not a year.
Years usually to isolate the virus.
Exactly, years.
Marcus Mary Moon, good to see you, honey.
Hey, Harvest.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. And
But I don't know if that was.
That's exactly what we've been talking about, Robert. Is when you see those things, it's you're feeling the emotion. You're feeling the sadness. You're feeling the frustration.
Right.
You're feeling the anger of something that would come in and produce something like this that has this effect on people and stuff of that nature. And it is awful hard for us as human beings. Matter of fact, virtually impossible to disconnect ourselves objectively
from the feelings.
That's from our feelings. I mean, we are human. We have to come to the realization of what we are.
And I like the people. You know what I mean? I don't dislike them.
Yeah, I know.
That's like I was talking about my cousin.
Strange, man. Right.
That's where the eyes of eagle is important. And you've heard me talking about that before.
Yeah.
The eyes of eagle are looking down upon your own individual life or what's going on collectively out there, because it sees everything from the above and doesn't make any judgments on anything, just sees it. Sees what happens, the decisions that are made, and also sees the results of those decisions. Okay? Doesn't make any judgment on it, just taking back and looking at it and saying, okay, well, that's exactly what this did, and that's exactly what this did. Now, when you go back to your within yourself and taking the visions of eagle with you, and you can see results and that sort of stuff. You don't have to pass judgment on yourself. You just have to make different decisions, different choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eagle eyes.
Yeah.
What you see looked at with the up closeness of mouse. And look at everything, but look at it objectively for what it is.
B-Dog put something in there. I want to address that real quick here. Isolation is a form of punishment and not good for you. Isolation is used as a form of punishment because most people are really, really scared to be alone or what they perceive alone is. And I'm going to tell you this. I went through a great deal of isolation, quite literally. And it was the best thing for me because I would never have looked within myself and I would never have discovered things like I did, or maybe at the age that I did because of said isolation. So I will say this, because one person intends it one way doesn't mean that it has to be utilized that way. So think about all the great prophets all over the world, all these great messiahs and prophets and learned people, ascended beings. Masters, I don't care what you want to call them. But these people all spent a period of time in isolation doing the work within themselves. All of them. And so when you think about that, whether it's intended as a form of punishment doesn't mean you have to use it or sit with it as a form of punishment. You can, thank goodness, oh, I don't have to be bothered at all now. I can just clear my schedule and work on meditation or work on this or work on that or go within. It can be a blessing. Everything that we have, everything that happens to us, every experience that we live through on this plane is what we make of it. And I don't say that lightly, okay? Yeah, isolating out of fear, that is a fear-based thing. That's
double.
that was the choice
double.
they made.
Oh, that's double bad. That's double negative. Wow.
So, but here's what I'm gonna say is that every experience that we have on this plane, and it could be horrendous. It could be a horrendous experience. But if you can get to a point where you can stand outside of the experience it and watch it as an objectionable observer, right? As somebody who is not weighing it like a judge, but rather observing it. Go ahead, put yourself in an alien suit, and what would, they think of it. If that helps you to visualize being able to do this, then use it, or anything you can think of. But this is someone who is not casting a judgment. This is your higher self looking at it, the situation, and saying, what do we do different? What do we do better? It's a huge impact on the entire story. How you experience or accept any good thing or bad thing, any trauma or blessing that comes into your life is going to shape your life, right? I'll give you an example. I once sliced my knee open at work with a brand new box cutter, and I sliced it open all the way down to the bone. Now, I wanted to put Band-Aids on it and go home, but I was not allowed to because of the company that I worked for. So they took me to the hospital. When I had to do the stitches, I had to have interior stitches and exterior stitches. But whenever I've ever been in a situation like that, instead of living in fear or being scared or being hurt, or I've always had the ability, for whatever reason, to view the entire situation outside of myself like it's a medical procedure I'm observing so that I can learn how to do it, right? So when they were stitching me up, I was watching the procedure like I was an intern, not judging, not emotionally attached to it, none of that. I was looking at what they were doing to fix what was going on. Kind of like a mechanical instead of an emotional. Does that make sense?
Well,
That might not be making any sense.
no, it makes sense because people that have out of body experiences or NDAs, near death experiences and stuff, they actually talk about and explain exactly what you're mentioning, where they actually see, they're looking down upon themselves and watching everything that's going on. And that's what we're talking about.
I've been able to do that since I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is, that's very real, and some people are able to do that mentally, while they're still conscious, to go into that thinking process, if you will, to stand back and look at it just objectively,
Right.
without
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
So in doing that, though, that ended up not being traumatic to me. I had to recover muscle, and I had to recover all kinds of stuff to get my legs to work again. My, how the accident happened. But it was nothing to me. I had no emotional attachment to what had happened, either the event or the fixing of the event. And so because of that, it didn't give me a trauma in my mind. Oh my gosh, this accident I had at work, right? It
Yeah.
gave me a little bit more medical knowledge, I feel, because I understood more about how our tissues and muscles knit back together. And I learned a lot from that experience. So even bad experiences, that was my example to say that even bad experiences, if we can learn to look at them objectively, can give us good lessons. And they don't have to be traumas. Traumas occur when we're looking at it in that emotional view, right? So you can practice doing this by going back to your old hurts that you're trying to forgive, your old pains that you think you've forgiven, but they still hurt you when you think about them or you talk about them. And you could try to revisit that from that outside, that person looking in, a private investigator peeking through the window and sees the event, and see it from that outside point of view and attach different meaning to it. And that's part of how you can work on healing some of those traumas in your own life. And I know I gave a very mild example, but I promise you, I have used this with very bad traumas that have happened in my life, and it has worked for me there as well. And I don't carry that garbage with me.
Heather, that's exactly the old story of Mr. Scrooge being taken around by the ghost of Christmas past and Christmas present and Christmas future.
See, there are good things in there.
Looking objectively through the window, right?
Yes.
Go check them out.
And you're seeing it from a different perspective.
You bring up an interesting point that I'd like to elaborate on, and for people to kind of mull this over a little bit. And you stop and think about things that have happened in our own past, and how they, we seem to revisit them so often, and it's gotten me to thinking that sometimes our thoughts, when they become attached to feelings and emotion, okay, is what locks things in time. It actually locks them and gives them a place, catalogs them, it puts them into storage, and they become written
a matter of record
on our hard drive. So to step away from those emotions, to step away from those feelings, those thoughts, the fear and these other things that were the activators for that, you look at it for what it is and say, that has no bearing on who I am now. Why is it even still in there?
Right.
And that's where you can literally go in and you defrag your computer and get all that stuff in one spot, and then you take a look at it and say, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Delete forever, delete forever, delete forever. Look at it in terms of a computer.
Yeah.
You can actually do that. That looks within place that I talk about all the time. Just say it's your control room. You go in there and you look at all that stuff and say, I don't need any of this stuff anymore. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
You're saying, what happened to me back then? I don't want it to control me now. That's not who I am now. Not who I want to be now.
But only we have that power over ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what you guys, I know a lot of you understand. I know I'm preaching to the choir on this. But for anybody out there that listens to this later, you are the key to you and your happiness. You're the key. You are the I am that I am.
Well, I am, and I am.
Yep. The I am is a great circle, we're all part of it.
Yep, exactly. That's what I know about it.
I am, therefore you are also I am.
And I see you.
Mhm.
I see you.
Yeah, infinity.
Yeah, because we are, right?
We are. Exactly. I am, and you are, and you are, and you are.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful, but I don't care how many times I have this realization, when it fades because I've allowed reality, or what I'm calling reality, I'll use air quotes on that because that's not where I live in the deranged 3D plane that's been created. I don't live there. I refuse. Um, not to say that it doesn't affect me, but it does. But it affects me as much as I allow it to. But as many times as I've had the realization of I am in my life, because it has to keep coming back up, because there are I don't know how many times now I've let a 3D existence, lower vibrations, and all that stuff uh, live my life for me for years, and then but my spirit, I am, always brings me back to this, right? And I know it's important, and it's like I feel like I've grown with every time it's been brought back to the surface. I grow.
Yep.
And so I felt like it was vital to put this out today and talk about this, and maybe help other people understand. Well, all I can do is help people to understand the way I see it, and to invite everyone else up to share their vision as well.
Yeah.
But because you're all going to see it from your own point of view, but it needs to be said. It needs to keep being brought back up, because when the time is right for you, you will be I am.
And you know what I noticed? It's the things we say here, especially Pappy, and you, Heather, too. When you go and do your own research and your own studies, you find that other people are repeating exactly what we say in other places all over the world. Not
And
just
that is the
not just
power
here.
of the connection. That's the power of it.
Right.
I am. And we are connected. We talk about the web all the time. If you can't imagine it as a web, imagine the cosmos with a line drawing a line to every constellation, and all the light connects. And imagine that for a moment, and know that we are that light. I am. And so are you. And so that connection, this is something Creator wants out there, wants made visible, wants to light some more lights up. They're still on the string. Maybe they're just not as lit up as we are yet, but they'll get there. And Creator's saying, I want this message shared out right now. This is what I want us to reinforce, because the right people will hear it for them, and it will cause healing for them. And in them being healed, we are also healed, because we are on that same string. And we are lighting, we are sharing our light.
Heather, I've got to drop out. I got to make an important phone call, but I love y'all.
All right,
I'm
honey.
glad to see y'all.
All right.
And
Love and
I'll
light.
see y'all. Excuse me?
I said, okay, hun. Love and light.
You too.
Have a good
Love
day.
y'all. You
Have a good
too.
day.
Bye, Crystal. You bring up a point, and I'll put this out there for everybody to ponder a little bit. Every one of you have been given the right to be your own current I am. But you've also been given free will choice to be who your I am is becoming and will become. You're all right to be I am where you are. But you've all got choices to be I am becoming who I will be as an I am as well.
Yes.
It's a journey. It's a pathway.
You know, we're talking a lot about the deeper meaning of I am, but I want to bring up something that you can use if you don't feel like you're there. And this can help you too. Practice the phrase I am and finish the sentence. Because how you talk to yourself is how you think of yourself. I am a creator.
Yeah.
I am full of creativity. I am wealthy. I am love. I am light.
I am
I
pretty. I am
there you
happy.
go. but practice that because it can make a difference. It can make a big difference. And so if you
Where does
need
I
it,
am put you? Where does I am put you?
me,
Within.
No.
puts me within.
Well, yeah, within, but
Yeah.
where does it really put you in time and space?
Which you,
Now,
Absolutely. That's
Right
the only
now.
time you can do anything about anything is
That's
when
right.
you're I am.
That's right.
I
You
am
are
right
I
where
am.
I am.
Yes. You know, Pappy, that was another aspect I wanted to talk about and completely had forgotten about. But yes, it does. It keeps you right now in the moment, doesn't it?
Yep. You got to be centered in the present in order to go to the future.
Yep.
If you stay in the present, you don't revisit the past the past that often, except to learn or to bring something up into the present that you can do something about. Stop and think about that.
Yeah.
The past is only information and lessons.
Exactly. You can't change it. You can only move forward.
Well, you can change the effects of it.
You can't change. What's that saying about the things you can't take back? Words that have been spoken?
Yeah.
Time that's been missed? You can't
Words
take
have
those
energy.
back. Exactly.
Words have energy.
Yeah.
You put them out there, they take a life of their own. People don't realize that they create thought beings that they give life to because they've attached their emotional and mental and physical and sometimes spiritual energy to them and created that life form. And that life form wants to live whichever way that it can. It'll come back and try to feed off you frequently.
Yeah.
The only one that can take those life forms back is the one that's created them. So think about that. The only one that can take your spiritual life and your soul from you is the one that created your spiritual life and your soul. Think of that. So if that's being the case, those thought forms that you've given life to out there in your life, you created them, you take it back. You've been given that power.
Yep.
Indeed, you've been given that responsibility and capability. Or not. Your choice.
And that's the thing. Go ahead.
And I believe it's a cool thing to do because just speaking for myself, I'm excited to know what I'm going to learn today and this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. I don't know.
You know, on that note, I'm going to say this. I'm going to finally weave this back into the conversation. And I'm going to say this. The first thing that you can do to have that objection outlook, that objective outlook, is recognize that every person has their free will to decide what they want, right? That was their choice. They sit with their choice and you sit with yours. It's not anything that needs a judgment, because we all have the right to make our decisions. We are all I am. So that person's decision shouldn't even weigh into yours.
Well, I'm going to give a closing thought before I jump off here.
Yeah, we're getting ready to wrap it up. Sounds
Um,
wonderful.
and that is this for everyone. Okay. If you stop and think of the discussions that we've had today, and we talk about the I am, if you start your process with 2 words of acknowledgement, then everything else falls into perspective. And if you use those 2 words and you're sending those 2 words back to source, once again, I am, okay, then it gives a whole new spin on your present, each moment of your present. And what are those 2 words? Thank you.
Yes.
For without being brought into creation, you would not have, been I am, would you?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
thank you. Emitakoye Oyasin. We're all related.
Thank you, Peppy.
I love you, Happy.
See you later, bro.
Okay.
All right, love you.
You got a final thought, big brother?
Just listen to snake medicine. Don't be afraid to transmute into the gods that we are. I am. That's snake medicine. Let the transmutation take place and become who you are.
Absolutely.
You'll enjoy it.
And that's what it feels like, too. It feels like we are in a period of transformation, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. All right. I don't know that I even have a final thought. Troll. There's my final thought. I don't want that to be my final thought. Okay. Okay. My final thought.
Love you, Anna.
Recognize the present that you've been given, the gift that you are. Start small if you need to. You can do this. You are just like I am. And those 2 little words contain so much power. What a gift. All right. Love you all. Love and light.
Heather. Love you, Jeff.
Have a great day.
Thank you all for coming. Love you, chat.
Uh-oh. Are you
Nathan,
guys
we're
getting
going to talk, bro.
bro.
Nathan, we're going to get together, brother. See you later tonight.
All right. It's
Anna. Good night,
all right.
Heather.
I love y'all. Have
Love
a
ya.
great day.
All right, bye-bye.
I'm ending.